Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, CaneSport. It's April. Matt Shodell is a Fool's Day. I'm Gary Ferman, the publisher of CaneSport.com, joined as always by the Fool himself as we talk about the news of the day, presented as always by Wife Wallet, where the time is now to take care of your wife. Matt, happy April Fool's Day.
Do you even know why they call it April Fool's Day? If you're going to call me a fool, why is it April Fool's Day, Gary?
You know, I don't know why. I just thought
then you're the fool. Look it up. April Fool's Day is because it's fools in love, and you're coming out of this winter, and April Fool's is actually about love. So if you want to call me a lover, that's basically what you're saying to everybody. It's super weird and awkward to me that you're calling me a lover on this show, but like, whatever, man.
You know, I was joking around about Wife Wallet because it is April Fool's Day, but I don't know if you've noticed this. There's a new thing out now called Nerd Wallet. If you haven't seen it, you got to look it up. It's like some goofy website where they help you find different things. I haven't really spent a lot of time there, but I got a kick out of the fact that they created a Nerd Wallet to go along with your Wife Wallet, and then of course the real life wallet. So there's a lot of wallets all of a sudden, Matt. And I'll tell you, I'll transition this way. There's a guy that's visiting Miami yesterday and today, who I think is going to have his wallet lined regardless of where he picks to go to school. And that's quarterback Jaden Rashada, a five-star passer who is just rising up the charts. And it's funny because a couple of weeks ago, people would have said, he's going to go to Ole Miss, whatever. Miami's right there. I think he's going to go to Miami. His visit is going exceptionally well. All the feedback we're getting is great. We have a story about it on the website this morning. But Matt, by all accounts, the Jaden Rashada visit is everything that Miami wanted it to be.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to anything you said. Jaden Rashada, yeah, he'll be a Hurricane. Listen, this is way more important, okay? I want to know which one of you people out there on the CaneSport YouTube channel is making me go to jury duty on Monday, all right? I got the letter. It's not April Fool's. I could post it up on this screen if I had any actual expertise to it. But, I have to go to jury duty on Monday in the middle of spring practice.
Nothing worse than getting that letter.
Listen, there's somebody who watches this channel that works for the Justice Department. I don't know, the Miami-Dade Criminal Court. If any of you want to hang out with me, I'll be there 9 a.m. until God knows how long on Monday. And if anything can stay past Monday, there won't be any Good Morning CaneSports anymore, okay? Because I won't be covering spring practice. What I could do is we could do like some sort of criminal, some like night court re-envisioned TV thing on here, where I could talk about the court case that I'm going to be dealing with for about a week. But we'll see. I listen.
No, what you do is if the judge says it's going to be more than a one-day trial, you just say, I can't miss.
I don't know, Gary. After you called me a fool, I may be too dumb to say that. I might say, listen, I need a 1-month vacation from Gary Ferman, Judge. Please give me the money laundering case that the U.S. government is bringing against whoever it is in Miami-Dade. I prefer that case, please.
I mean, I just tell him you can't miss spring practice. Tell him you're a coach, whatever you need to do.
You can't lie. You're going to put me in jail? That's what you want me to do?
No, but you don't want to get stuck there for days on top of days. It's like,
I don't know. After hearing you talk so bitterly about me at the beginning of the show, maybe I do want to be there now. I was thinking I'll just be there for one day. Now maybe I'll stay there for a while.
All right. He's not joking either. That's not an April Fool's joke either. We got to figure out a way to get Matt out of jury duty next week.
Look, this is literally on my screen right now. As I'm. Oh, can you even see this? I don't understand how to get this.
But we believe you. We don't have to show us the jury duty.
No, people don't believe me because it's April Fool's. How come my screen never shows up on here?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's you. Oh, my screen. I'll forget it. I give up.
Yeah, we trust you.
It's true. Oh, there we go. So you're required to report
We believe you.
For jury service.
We believe you. Can we please get back to Jaden Rashada? He's the biggest recruit of the year.
How can I think about anything else? I got to listen.
He is in the 305 this morning.
I can't think about football. I have to prepare mentally for these court cases. I have a huge responsibility, Gary. I'm either going to be putting people in prison on Monday or I'll be covering practice. And it's a very difficult decision which to do.
Well, Miami has a big responsibility to win on Jaden Rashada. How's that for a transition? And
I think
he is visiting. Everybody refuses to discuss it, but he is visiting right now, and it is huge for this program because this kid is really good.
Everyone I talk to thinks he's going to wind up here. So, and they think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. So I think the next month, maybe even sooner. As soon as honestly the next few days, I think we'll hear something. I think as long as nothing goes awry in the next couple of days, and as long as he's not called for jury duty or anything like that in Miami-Dade County, then he'll wind up here. That's the only thing that throws off right now. So if he winds up in jury duty with me.
Well, I think he's going to end up at Miami too. I don't disagree with anything anybody's saying, and it's going to be a big get, and it's going to be serious competition for Jake Garcia, Ja'Curry Brown. Because this kid is really, really good. I am enamored by what I've been seeing on his tape. I'm enamored by what I saw last weekend when he competed with the Immortal 7-on-7 team and lit it up in Dallas. And it's great to hear that his visit's going well. We will continue to have more coverage of it, but there's a story on the website this morning. All right, since Matt doesn't want to talk about Jaden Rashada, I'm going to move on.
We just talked about him. I literally just talked about him.
I'm going to try to find a topic that he does want to talk about. So anyway, a lot of visits are continuing to take place, both before, after, and during spring practices, and it's just a steady flow of prospects coming to the U and Green Tree practice field. And another really good-looking one was there actually yesterday. And that is four-star Georgia lineman Madden Sanker, who had the privilege of watching a practice with Alex Mirabal and Mario Cristobal working with the offensive line. And on the website today as well, we also have interviews with Ja'Kai Clark and Justice Oluwasun. And did I mispronounced it? Didn't I? Jesus, I'm trying hard on these names.
It's pronounced Magusti.
I've mastered that one. But anyway, I'm just going to call him Justice, okay? And the thing that you'll take from those interviews is just how good the attitude is up there, up front with the offensive linemen, and how good that they feel about the coaching that they are getting from Mirabal and Cristobal. And also what it means to have a head coach that is so invested in offensive line play. And I'm telling you, Matt, you could see it. I mean, the excitement was radiant as those kids spoke. And that carries over to a recruit like Madden Sanker, who gets to witness this and gets to witness the interaction between players and coach and how passionate they are and the relationships that they're building with each other. And this is win-win-win-win-win at every level from Miami. And the tricky thing is Mirabal has offered like 50 guys. So I don't know how he's going to narrow it down if all these guys want to come. But Madden Sanker sounds like he is very interested in Miami.
Yeah, and Dijon Johnson and Jordan Hall were other, high priority guys that visited. We did reach out to both of them. Again, we don't hammer guys. If it's a week before signing, they took their official visit, we might hammer them a little bit, but we reach out a couple of times. If they don't want to talk, it's not a good day for them, whatever. We'll reach out again over the weekend, something like that. So those two kids visited. No updates on them yet from us, but from what we heard from other people, everything with them went very well. I think Miami might be a little bit more on the outside with them right now looking in, but so much time left. And as for Madden Sanker, here's what I love that Miami coaches are doing. Miami coaches have basically said to recruits, we're hiding nothing from you. You can come at 7 a.m. when our players show up. Come before them if you want. Get here at 6:30. These coaches, by the way, at 4 a.m., 4 or 5 of them are working out in downstairs.
So it's like a contest to beat Mario to the office.
Yes, it's Steele, Alec, Mirabal, Mario, and and Charlie Strong. Those guys are there at 4 a.m. every day. So the recruits can show up at 4 a.m. if they want. But they tell them, listen, come at 7, come at 6:45. You could sit in our meetings that start at 7, and you can come to practice. You spend the whole day. So, for instance, Madden Sanker was there from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. yesterday, and he could see what it's actually like to be a Miami Hurricane. This isn't made up stuff. This isn't pretend. This is what a Miami Hurricane player goes through on a typical, very heavy spring practice weekday, where they're going to class, they're going to play football, they're going to meetings. It's what it is to be a Miami Hurricane. There's nothing hidden from the recruits at all. It's not like the old days where, hey, come for a pool party, hey, come for a barbecue, and hey, if you want to come on Sunday to watch our our post-game walkthrough stuff, you can come then, but don't come any other times. We don't want to see you. We're too busy. It's not the case anymore. Mario and this group understand this is all about recruiting, and the way you get recruits is by being super open. And was it Madden who told me this? I think it was Madden who told me, that talking to Mario, that I don't know if I talked to so many recruits now, they all blend together. But one of the recruits said that talking to Mario, it's just like, he'd hang out with him at a restaurant, that he's just a guy, like just a normal guy. He's not like a coach, he's not one of these scary coaches who you're scared to talk about your problems with. And that's what recruits want nowadays. They don't want one of these guys who just yells and screams like these old school guys. They want someone they can relate to, someone who cares about them, someone where it feels like a second family. And that's what they're showing these recruits. And I mean, as people like to call me a curmudgeon, I'm just as much a fun mudgeon, because listen, this is what you need. And I've been hammering it. Nobody cares the positive things I say, because God forbid I say one negative thing. This is how you recruit. There is no better example that I've seen in recruiting, period, since I've started covering the team in 2001, what they're doing now. This is the best recruiting and way to recruit from a staff I have seen, period, in however many 21 years I've been doing this, period. So call me negative Nancy, Nelly, Willie, Gary, whatever, but like, it's as good as it gets.
Now not call him Gary.
Now the key, negative Gary. Now the key is you just got to win games this year, man. That's what every recruit keeps telling me. They got to win games. If they have a bad season, fans get upset. Like that's the only thing right now that I can see stopping this rocket from taking off, ship from sailing, whatever analogy you want to use.
Well, one of the things I'm getting a real kick out of is watching how much fun the coaches are having while they're doing their job. And here's an example. So they're walking around campus all the time, giving tours, doing their recruiting pitches, whatever. And defensive line coach Joe Salavea takes a moment to record this yesterday.
Hey, they say, why Miami? Why Miami? Well, this is just one of them. Take a peek. There you go, right there. Boom!
I mean, how do you say no to these guys, Matt?
Listen, that's not going to get recruits here. But what will get recruits here?
Joe Salavea, who still weighs probably about 340, and
Joe Salavea looks like he's about to punch you in the face in the camera,
and he's going boom.
Joe Salavea punching a camera is not going to get me to go to.
You're telling me that's not going to get guys to want to come play for him?
What you should have put on the screen and what will get recruits here is what we saw him do in practice, which was just as they're warming up, and I don't know what you call this warm thing, where you kick your legs up to your arms just to sort of loosen up your upper body, your upper legs region. I have no muscles there, so I don't know what those muscles are called. To stretch out whatever those muscles are called that I don't have. He's doing it with the kids with a big smile on his face, basically going lockstep with them, right next to them, big smile on his face, yelling at them and encouraging them. That's what gets recruits. We've seen every coaching staff do what he did. They take videos of the ocean. They jump in the ocean. They take pictures on campus. Like, that doesn't work, man. But when you see a guy working his ass off at practice, when you see these videos we're putting up where they're stopping practice and they're telling the kid, hey, here's how you do this. You're not doing it right. And the way they teach without yelling, that's what gets recruits here. That video you put up does nothing. This is not what kids are looking for now. They're looking for NIL, coaches that will make them NFL players, and coaches they can relate to. And those are the three aspects that this staff has. Taking a picture of the lake behind some bridge with him punching a camera. I mean, come on, Gary, really?
All right, how about
That's
this?
why you'd go to Miami. Maybe not why recruits would
How
go to
about
Miami.
this? How about I agree with you? And I think the punch in the camera and the walking by the lake is effective. How about that? Can Coach Salavea walk and chew gum at the same time? Can he be effective on the practice field and effective off of it? together. Is that okay?
I mean, what are you gonna put up next? A picture of Marvin
Boom!
getting his
I
hair
wish
cut,
we
and
didn't
then
have this split screen so I can just go boom. Oh no, wrong way. Boom! Boom!
you get
boom!
excited.
Boom!
You get excited by things that do not excite me at all, and actually, listen. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Just move on. I'm not. Listen. So Masvidal, right? Masvidal, the MMA guy, right?
Correct.
So this is just a stupid little aside, but my son played baseball in a high school, and he would train with the same trainer that would train Masvidal.
Oh my God!
And he was there, and he had just learned how to drive. He just got his license. So
was this so he can get girls up at Wisconsin? Was that the idea?
He was still in high school.
He's like, Dad, when I go to school at Wisconsin, I want to be able to get the girls, so I got to train with Masvidal's trainer.
Gary, this isn't about
how much did that cost you?
This is not about your dreams and aspirations. This is a story that actually happened. So he's at the training center, and he's just starting to leave. And he'd met Masvidal a couple of times, of course, because they train at the same time sometimes. And so he just learned how to drive, and he's driving. He sees Masvidal, and like Masvidal doesn't seem to the last minute. And because you know how when you look at something, you start driving towards it without even realizing or meaning to. He almost ran over Masvidal.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he hit Masvidal's car, and then you were going to say April Fools.
No, he almost ran over Masvidal.
Oh my!
And you know what would have happened if he ran over Masvidal? I would have been dead because they're not going to go after the kid. They're going to go after the family. That's what they do, man.
No doubt, and that would have been an expensive lawsuit because he would have sued you for lost earnings.
Well, Masvidal had to jump out of the way, according to my son.
What did he make in that last fight in Vegas?
I think he got in trouble a little bit after that last fight in Vegas, but I'm not going to go there either because I don't want anyone hurting me.
He made. Oh, he only made $532,000? No. He had to make more. He made more than that. I don't know. I'll have to do some research. But you would have gotten sued for a heck of a lot of money. Let's put it that way, because there would have been like lost income in that lawsuit. And
listen, I'm under I got the CaneSport umbrella policy, so go for it, man.
The CaneSport umbrella policy. I like that one. That's a true April Fool's. All right. So, since we're talking about Coach Salavea, one of the guys that he's recruiting, this name is not an April Fool's joke either. A defensive end from Texas by the name of Ozulu.
Yeah, I'm only interviewing players who you can't pronounce. That's my goal now.
Why do I have to keep pronouncing these insane names? What happened to Smith, Jenkins, Taylor? Like, why are these kids getting these crazy names? But anyway, I'm just going to call this one Zoo, okay? Coach Salavea is recruiting Zoo. He plays in Texas with five-star defensive end David Hicks, who also is getting the full court press from Miami. And the reason I mention that is that if Miami wins out with David Hicks, and I think they got a shot there too, that makes them the immediate front runner for Zoo. And hey, he's a 2024 kid that people think is going to be pretty good. So right now, I would call that good news, Matt Shodell.
Yeah. By the way, I'll give you one guess for how Zoo got that nickname. His real name's Zena. Guess how he got his nickname? I'll give you one guess. Take a guess.
He went and played with giraffes at the Texas Zoo. I mean, wow. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just want to have you make a fool of yourself. I have no idea how he got that. I was scared. You don't ask a guy named Zoo, how'd you get the name? That's like a question you don't ask.
All right. Well, regardless, we have a story on Zoo today on the website too. So I hope you guys enjoy that look ahead to a 2024 defensive end who could factor in, especially if Miami does well with David Hicks.
Oh, by the way, okay, you're going to move on to Boo Carter, right? Is that the next one, Boo Carter? Right?
Yeah.
I actually did. Boo,
yes. That was going to be my next question.
Zoo and Boo.
Zoo to Boo. This is not an April Fool's joke, people.
No, this is real. But I was not scared. I was not scared to ask Boo how he got his nickname. Did you read the story yet?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know how Boo got his nickname.
Boo Carter from
by the way, there's no way. My wife delivers babies. There's no way that's how he got his name. Okay, he claims he got his name because he came out of the womb and he said "boo" right when he was born. My wife says there's no chance that did not happen. It is not true. Someone is lying to him. But that's how he thinks he has his nickname.
Can't make this up, man. So we have stories on the website this morning on Boo and Zoo, 2 recruits with Miami offers that are being seriously courted by the
And
Miami
by the
coaching
way, I told. Okay, so I love the name Boo. So I said to him, I'm not bringing up Halloween with him or anything, but I said to him, I said, listen, and I thought that this was something that had happened to him, but apparently not. I said, when you come out, when you're introduced in a game, what do people say? He says, oh, they go boo. I said, so if you go to an away game, apparently in this high school, I guess there's not a lot of away games where he gets booed. But I said, if you go to an away game and people don't like you and they go boo, are they actually cheering for you? And he's like, I hadn't really thought about that. He's like, but yeah, that's great. So he's got the perfect name. I mean, nobody can boo you if your name is Boo, because it's like they're cheering for you every single time they boo.
All right, so in the never a dull moment here at CaneSport, we have stories on Boo and Zoo on the website this morning. Hope everybody enjoys those. Also, Stephen Field is in action in recruiting.
Don't say the first name wrong. Don't you get it wrong.
Javante. This one's easy.
It's a silent V, Gary.
Jayante?
April Fools!
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, so Coach Stephen Fields, he's recruiting a tight end by the name of Javante Connor from, I believe, North Carolina. Kid's got 39 offers. Okay, he's supposed a 3-star. He's got 39 offers. They're working to set up a visit, so we got a little update on that recruitment as well. All right, a couple other things on the website. I talked about the stories with Ja'Kai Clark and Justice. Great interviews with those 2 kids. And like I said, you can see the excitement that's building at the offensive line position. I honestly believe, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I think that position is going to be decent this fall. I really do. I like everything I'm seeing and hearing. They're learning new techniques. There's not a lot of negatives there right now, and that's a good thing. They're in shape. I mean, you look at these kids, Matt, they're in shape, right? Like they look like better fit than they have in the past.
Well, they look leaner. We'll find a lot. That's the Saturday. I've been told unofficially there's a Saturday scrimmage, the first real scrimmage of the spring that'll start at 9:30. I don't know if we'll be allowed to watch it. My guess is no. But with that said, that's really like when you and I were watching the offensive line and defensive line in 11-on-11 yesterday for 2 periods, I think, towards the end of practice. The defensive line really wasn't trying to do a heck of a lot. There's a blitz maybe once or twice, but they weren't really trying to do a lot. They weren't trying to disrupt plays. I think they were sort of told the offense is still learning, let them sort of get their thing on, just work almost in a little slower motion what you're supposed to do so we can see on tape that you actually know what you're supposed to do. So I think when the scrimmage comes around, they're going to be sort of unleashed on the defensive line, and we'll know a lot more. But, for instance, yesterday's first-team defensive line, it included this is the first team, mind you, okay? It included Jafari Harvey and Thomas Davis because Chance Williams was banged up at end, okay? And in the middle, it was Jacob Lichtenstein and Jordan Miller. That's the first-team defense going against the first-team offense. That's how they're doing it, not 1s versus 2s anymore when we're watching. And which for whatever reason, they've had, Leonard Taylor with the second team. So my point is it's just a little hard to judge. Not that the offensive line's not great. Maybe it is. It's just hard to judge unless you know what they're going against. And these are 4 guys who, if you ask me, are these defensive linemen amazing? I'd be like, I don't know. So all I want to say, I always want to be truthful with you guys out there in the YouTube verse. And the answer is I don't know. You can say the offensive line's great, Gary, like you're saying, but I don't know. And I'll know more. If we get to watch them on Saturday, I'll have a much better idea.
I think I got the answer for you. There's a kid from West Virginia who landed in the transfer portal yesterday by the name of Akeem Mesidor. He's their best defensive lineman. He's defensive tackle. They love him. They're sick to their stomach that he went into the portal. Within literal seconds of him landing in the portal, Miami had offered him. So what does that tell you? That tells you that even after getting Lichtenstein and after getting a good from UCLA, Lichtenstein from USC, they're still not thrilled with where they are on the defensive line for understandable reasons. And now they're going after Mesidor from West Virginia. Now it's way too soon. We're trying to track the kid down. We don't know if he is going to seriously consider Miami. We will we will be working to find out. But the point is, the second that kid went in the portal yesterday, Miami was offering him. And I think that speaks volumes about what you were just talking about, Matt.
Yeah, and this is what I talked about yesterday, which is, for those of you that remember my horrible dessert analogy, you
had a bad day yesterday. You had a very bad day. Did you see the look that security guard gave you today? Obviously, somebody had told her that you had called her elderly. She was not a Matt Shodell fan out there on the practice field.
Nobody's a Matt Shodell fan. I don't care. I'm too old.
Yeah.
And she's older than me.
You could tell that she was deeply offended at the fact that you called her elderly.
First of all, I'm not going to start. So listen.
And that's no April Fool's joke.
The dessert, it is because she didn't look at me, okay?
Poor lady. She did look at you. And she scowled.
She scowls at everybody. She doesn't.
That was a scowl directed at Shodell.
She scowled at you just as much as me.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, my analogy yesterday.
Security loves me out there. I'm so nice to those ladies.
If you go to Fireman Derrick's in the Grove near where I live, you can, you get a cookie and you take a bite of the cookie. Oh, that's pretty good. But then you see, oh, wait, they have key lime pie. You try the key lime pie. Oh, the key lime pie is great. But wait, this guy just got the cookie, whatever the heck it is, this Cookie Monster pie. You try that. Oh, my God. Then you get the brownie. So it's like Miami keeps upping what like Miami knew it needed defensive linemen. So it took two guys, Lichtenstein and Moultrie, early, even though they probably aren't ideal. They're more of just sort of like fixer-upper types. And now all of a sudden, as the spring goes on here, more guys go on the portal who they say, oh, this is an upgrade of what we already have. They obviously had a commit from one, from Mitchell, and now this kid maybe, who knows. And there might be more. They might take 7 or 8 because as another guy comes in, you're like, we can't not have this kid. When you look at that FSU D lineman they got out of the portal, that saved a lot of their defense last year. It could just be one guy. They might, who knows how many linemen they're going to take. It's sort of crazy because if the next guy comes along and he's even better, you just keep on taking a bite and just hope they hit gold with one of them. I don't know how many roster spots Mario Cristobal is
I don't think he's worried about it right now.
But apparently it's unlimited.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about it right now.
No, he's not.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see what happens there. We're on that case. We'll keep trying to track that down. So there are stories on the website as well with Chance Williams and Jafari Harvey, who also did interviews yesterday that were really good. So you guys can enjoy that. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. Everybody have a great April Fool's Day. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. We got to hear from our friends at LifeWallet.
Hey, Morgan, what are you going to do?
I have to go to practice.
Me too.
Well, don't forget your life wallet.
Oh my gosh, I always forget my life wallet.
You forget everything.
I can't go anywhere without my life wallet.
LifeWallet. Saving time, saving lives.
I'm willing to bet he never forgets his life wallet.
I don't even know what to say to that. Is that one of your April Fool's jokes? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, that really is going to do it for today. Hope everybody has a great April Fool's Day. For Matt Shodell, I'm Gary Ferman. Thank you for joining us. It's Friday, so I guess we'll be back at you on Monday morning to discuss all the goings-on of the weekend, which will include the first scrimmage of the spring. Have a great weekend, everybody.